Cronkite News, a new gas station sensation has opened in Arizona. What it means for the community around the gas station coming up.
Plus, it's hot here in Arizona, but crazy weather is going on all over the world. What is and where next?
And learn how a former Arizona athlete has come full circle and returns home for the MLB Combine. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Nico Lihaki.
And I'm Noah Podolsky. Thank you for joining us. Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego is responding amid accusations of using campaign funds for his personal use. This comes after a report by Politico, which accuses the senator using political dollars to pay for family trips and childcare of campaign fundraisers. Senator Gallego addressed the accusations on X, saying that, in part, childcare can be reimbursed according to FEC rules. He also said, quote, "Because of my schedule and the laws passed that allow for it, I will at times bring my wife and children with me to these retreats and fundraisers." Federal law does allow lawmakers to legally use campaign committee funds for travel, food, and childcare as long as they are not used for personal use.
Not long ago, Goodyear had no freeways and a lot of unpaved roads. Now it's home to one of the largest convenience stores in the world. But what does this mean for the growth of long-term local businesses? Reporter Sophia Toro shows us how the city's new addition is shaping a community that has been here for decades.
For longtime business owner Linda Jacobs, Goodyear looks much different than it did when she opened her store Ass Kicking Gift Shop back in 2001.
We bought the land that this facility sits on. Bullard Avenue was a dirt road. There were no freeway exits on Bullard Avenue, so it was a very rural community out here.
Jacob's shop is known for her hot sauces, spices, and other products sold across the country. She says loyal customers keep the business running.
They can't go to, the local grocery store to find it, so they do come back in here. They like our customer service, they like our products.
Jacob's newest neighbor also has a large following of loyal customers. Just down the street, Arizona's first Buc-ee's opened on Monday, promising to drive more people to the area.
Some have been here since all night, midnight, and wearing their shirts and wearing their onesies and so happy and so excited. So I just can't say enough about the turnout.
As you can see here behind me, there is never-ending traffic that's coming from this direction and also from this direction as well. It's going all the way down to the end here.
Buc-ee's brought in people from all over the country.
I'm from California and we don't have a Buc-ee's, so why wouldn't I come? We don't have one. I don't know if we'll ever get one.
Jacob says she is not worried about competition from the 74,000 square foot convenience store. In fact, she is looking forward to seeing new faces.
People will spend their money over there. Hopefully they'll come here too. But, we make something completely different than what they do and what they sell.
The mayor of Goodyear says he's also looking forward to the new streams of revenue, with 80% of Buc-ee's customers coming from outside of the city.
That means those people who aren't our residents, are going to be contributing to our police, fire, road, streets, and all those improvements that we need to keep up with growth here in the West Valley.
From hot sauce to brisket, Goodyear's growth is writing a new chapter for businesses old and new. In Goodyear, Sophia Toro, Cronkite News.
City officials say that over 1,000 lined up before Buc-ee's doors opened and expected up to 40,000 vehicles along with 75,000 visitors.
New information in the case of Nancy Guthrie, mother of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie. New details suggest she may have died soon after being taken from her Tucson home on February 1st. Media outlets previously reported receiving ransom notes in the days after Guthrie's disappearance, but did not disclose while details of the investigation were at an early stage. A Tucson TV station said Monday that it had received two notes, one saying that she had died. CNN said a note indicated that those who kidnapped Guthrie did not mean to kill her, but she died shortly after her disappearance.
Now we've learned, of course, that the second letter indicated that Miss Guthrie passed away either that night or shortly thereafter, which is also consistent with some of the evidence that was found at the scene.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department says the investigation remains active and ongoing.
Meanwhile, strong winds are expected to make things difficult for crews trying to knock down a wildfire burning in the northern Arizona. So far, the pocket fire has consumed about 350 acres. It's burning about 7 miles north of Sedona and is 0% contained. but strong winds up to 45 miles per hour are expected in the area later this week. And the National Forest Service said that this could make it extremely dangerous and even hazardous for firefighters. The good news, evacuation orders have been lifted, but State Route 89A is closed from Sedona to Fort Tuttle, except for residents.
The U.S. Senate passed a big new bill on Monday that can make housing more affordable. This bill, the largest of its kind in decades, focuses on increasing supply, lowering costs, and stopping private equity companies like BlackRock from purchasing single-family homes. Leaders in the House support the bill. A vote is expected soon. President Donald Trump previously signaled that he plans to sign it into law if it passes. Coming up next, it's been a year since the devastating floods in the city of Globe.
And some of the residents have found it hard to recover completely.
And I don't want to live here no more anyway. You know, this could happen again.
How the town is rebuilding, coming up on Cronkite News.
I'm Paloma Rachel from the Cronkite Weather Center. This week, it will be extremely hot. How hot will it get? I have your full forecast coming up.
Welcome back to Cronkite News. It's been nearly a year since deadly flash floods hit the small town of Globe, Arizona, leaving behind a trail of destruction, which residents are still cleaning up to this day. Cronkite News reporter Madison Kaminsky visited the city to talk to residents and local officials about how they're preparing for this year's severe weather season.
We're here. The dog made it, the cat made it, my wife made it, so this is all material stuff, but it hurts.
And the evidence of that pain lies in piles of rubble of what once was their home. It's been a long road of ups and downs.
And we were going to fix it, but it's too many strings, too many hoops to jump, you know. So we decided to tear down. And I don't want to live here no more anyway. You know, this could happen again.
Almost 9 months after a severe thunderstorm pushed feet of water through the city of Globe, getting money to rebuild, both for homeowners and the city, has been difficult.
The priority right now, before the monsoon gets here, is the NRCS project, and that is to remove sediment out of our 2.8 miles of creek that runs through our city.
The federal government awarded $24 million toward the creek project, but the city is required to put in 25% or $5.5 million of their own money, something the mayor says that they just don't have laying around.
We weren't prepared for this. Nobody prepares for a disaster, and what we learned in the days to come, and even the months still, that everything has to be documented.
Gabe Levine, the director of Arizona's Division of Emergency Management, is who local officials call when they need emergency support.
County emergency manager called around 7:30 at night. Those resources were on their way within minutes.
While they initially received emergency resources, it's a different story now.
Caused about $100 million in disaster-related expenses, and FEMA's only recognizing around $900,000.
The Gila County Emergency Manager Carl Melford grew up in the Globe area and says they don't have the technology available to larger cities.
We're also a very rural community, so the data collection is extremely limited. Where that storm, on both events, where those storm cells formed, there was no flood control measures there. There was no flow monitors. There were no rain gauges.
Water in the creek rose 6 feet in under 30 minutes, leaving no warning and several people dead. The mayor has lived here for over 70 years, comparing this experience to when he volunteered with Hurricane Ivan's cleanup in 2005.
Thinking, how are we ever going to recover?
Residents like Robert, who live on the creek, already know the answer to that question.
Knocked a lot of people out of this neighborhood. You know, I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
In Globe, Madison Kaminsky, Cronkite News.
Small businesses and nonprofits impacted by the flood face a July 10th deadline to apply for federal disaster loans.
Well, we're used to this extreme weather here in the valley.
But many other parts of the world are experiencing extreme weather right now as well.
Storms in North Virginia have caused some serious damage. High winds knocked trees, power lines, and even some street signs over. Some trees have even crushed cars and homes. And at one point, the storm left 25,000 customers without power.
Not far away, heavy rains in Massachusetts caused floods on some streets. At least 2 cars were reportedly trapped and stranded in high waters. Local police escorted one of the drivers through the water to dry ground.
And a big heat wave is sweltering Europe right now from Greece to Ireland. France could reach its highest temperature ever, and government is restricting public drinking in an effort to keep people hydrated. The UK is reaching temps of 102 degrees Fahrenheit, and it might be time to implementing AC across the pond.
We will be much warmer back here in the valley, but thankfully we don't have the high humidity to deal with like they do.
And that's right, and the high temperatures here in Arizona could be just as dangerous. Paloma Rochelle joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
Thank you guys. And for today's weather, we are experiencing extreme heat warnings for Wednesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Please be careful while doing any outdoor activity since it will not be recommended, and make sure to stay hydrated. As for the evening planner today, we are closer right now to 108 degrees of slow decline by the night at 101 degrees. Unfortunately, you will not be able to give your AC a break. Waking up tomorrow, temperatures in the valley 90 degrees, Tucson 79 degrees. Up north in the state, cooler temperatures at Grand Canyon 48 degrees. If you're at the Grand Canyon, you can wear a jacket. As for tomorrow, high temperatures, look at this, mostly half the state hitting triple digits. Phoenix 113 degrees, Tucson 106, Lake Havasu 111 degrees. Please be careful while doing any outdoor activities. As for the 8-day forecast, average temperatures 81 to 106. As for this week, we have above high temperatures. Look at these triple digits, but the good news for next week, these temperatures do decrease to average temperatures. That's all I have for you today. My name is Paloma Rochelle from the Cronkite Weather Center.
The World Cup is uniting fans together around the world and here in Arizona. In Laveen, hundreds of fans packed a watch party for the Mexico-South Korea match. Our own Carlos Palomera was there and shows how this event brought the community together for a good cause.
Rita Canta Vota, alongside Somos Votantes and Climate Power, hosted a watch party for the fans to learn more about issues affecting local communities here in the Valley and nationwide while watching Mexico and South Korea face off.
A lot of people feel very isolated, things feel very chaotic, things can feel really hard for a lot of families, so we really just wanted to create a space where people could come together, forget about their problems for a little while, and just enjoy the World Cup in community with each other.
This event included various vendors and different nonprofit organizations that offer support for the community. The main objective that the organizers had for this event was to create a sense of community, regardless of which nation the supporters were cheering for.
When I saw the flyer, I thought it was really a good moment to be with the community. I personally love watching soccer, especially the World Cup.
With elections, primary and midterms right around the corner,
Organizers say events like this isn't just to watch the game. It's a great plus, but it's to encourage Latino and other voters to come out here, register, and hear more about important topics affecting everyone in their lives.
It really was about empowering la comunidad, the gente, our people, and really meeting them where they're at, using culture first in terms of how we connect with community and bring joy to our communities and really talk about the issues that matter most to us.
Organizers urge the importance of these events as they are a broader effort to connect with the Latino communities through culture, civic engagement, and shared love for the game. In Laveen, Carlos Palomera, Cronkite News.
The founder of Grita Kenta Vota hopes to hold different events and concerts at ASU and at the University of Arizona leading up to the midterms. Coming up next, the NBA draft kicks off with the start of round 1 tonight.
That's right, Nico. And a couple Arizona names might be on that list.
He puts winning first. So if he needs to defend, if he needs a rebound, if he needs to score, he has a great passion to win and will do whatever it takes to win.
Hear more about the Arizona player hoping to hear his name called on the draft stage. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Jordan Talley. The wait is over. The 2026 NBA draft is finally upon us. Unfortunately, the Suns have a bit more waiting to do. The Suns will not have a pick in the first round of the 2026 draft, and their name won't be called until the 17th pick of the second round tomorrow night, the only pick for the Suns in the whole draft. Two notable names who could be called up tonight include Arizona Wildcats' Koa Peat and Braden Burries. While the Suns are on hold, the Wildcats are in the spotlight. After Arizona's Final Four finish, the Wildcats will reload their roster, and some send players to the league. Reporters Harry Kasif has more on the draft prospects from Tucson.
Arizona basketball fans had plenty to celebrate this past season as the Wildcats made it to the Final Four for the first time since 2001. And now, some of those players hope to hear their name called in the NBA draft.
You're looking for the right ones to come down and impact your program, and we're excited about some of the Arizona kids we've had in our program.
One of those players, Koa Peat, who was named to the All Big 12 freshman team, played his high school ball at Perry, where he won 4 state titles for head coach Sam Duane.
He puts winning first. So if he needs to defend, if he needs a rebound, if he needs to score, he has a great passion to win and will do whatever it takes to win.
The physical 6'8" Pete is projected to go in the mid to late first round, while teammate Braden Burries is also projected to be a first round selection and possibly be a lottery pick.
A winner, he's about all the right things, and just a joy to be around him for a year. A lot of times, people might have a perception that a young kid like him might have a bit of an ego, but he's completely the opposite. So he's going to bring value to any organization he's with.
Burries, a slashing guard from Southern California, led the Wildcats in scoring, averaging 16 points per game, and was named to the All Big 12 first team. The 6'4" guard would welcome the opportunity to play in his home state.
Coming here would be crazy. I feel like
like close to where I used to live growing up a little bit, and like it'd be crazy. It'd be fun too.
In Phoenix, Harry Kasef, Cronkite News.
The NBA draft starts tonight with the first 30 picks, and round 2 finishes tomorrow night. Former Hamilton High School standout Rock Chalosky returned to Arizona today for the MLB Draft Combine at Chase Field, where hundreds of the nation's top prospects are showcasing their skills in front of scouts and former major league players and coaches. For Chalosky, the Combine is a chance to return to the state where his baseball journey began. The former Husky returned home for the Combine, reflecting on the path that took him from Chandler to UCLA and now to the top of many MLB draft boards. With the draft just weeks away, Chalosky says being home makes the moment more special.
It's done a lot for me. I think every step of the way has really grown me. Whether it's Hamilton or UCLA, I feel like those 7 years of my life are something that developed me into the man that I am today.
The MLB Draft Combine runs through Friday, and 6 players from ASU and 1 from the Arizona Wildcats are expected to participate starting tomorrow. As the Cardinals continue preparing for training camp, one rookie is focusing on what happens long before the first snap. Reporter Nathaniel Garcia shows us how the rookie is leaning on veteran experience ahead of his first NFL season.
Thanks, guys. Playing football isn't just about what happens on Sunday. It's about the work that happens every other day. Cardinals rookie running back Jeremiah Love is learning all the information he can and says taking care of his body and staying mentally sharp is what's needed for him to play play-action football for a training camp.
I've talked to James quite a bit. He's a veteran. He's been in the NFL for 10-plus years. So he's got a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. So I've just talked to him a little bit about, how he takes care of his body, what's his mentality been like throughout all the years he's been in the NFL. I want to come into camp, prepared. My body needs to be where I need it to be, as far as from a physical standpoint, and then from a mental standpoint, make sure that I've took the time that I needed to make sure that when camp starts, it's all about football. Mentality is going to be all gas, no brakes until the time training camp comes, and when training camp comes, I'm prepared and I'm ready to go.
There's a lot to like about Love. As the Cardinals head into training camp, which starts on July 22nd. In Tempe, I'm Nathaniel Garcia, Cronkite News.
The Cardinals will open training camp next month, where rookies like Love will get their first opportunity to compete in full team practices. Finally, soccer superstar Leo Messi has made history by becoming the World Cup's all-time top scorer. He broke the record during the first half of Argentina's match against Austria. And Messi now has 17 goals all-time across 6 World Cup tournaments. He also scored his 18th goal during the game, and the honor comes just in time. Messi will celebrate his 39th birthday tomorrow. That's it for tonight's Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Jordan Talley. Thank you for joining us. Now back to Nico and Noah at the desk.
Thank you, Jordan. Coming up next, one climber from Seattle is defying the odds this week.
And that's right, Noah. And she isn't even the first in her family to accomplish this bucket list worthy feat. Find out what she accomplished and how she compared the journey to a spinal surgery. Coming up on Cronkite News.
People have always had trouble trying to put me into a box. A professor, suit and tie is just not me. Without the ocean, I don't know what I would do. The ocean's always been there for me. As Hawaiian people, we believe that the coral is the first living being to come out of the darkness. It's the foundation of our entire lifestyle, and that's what my research is about. What we do is we take photographs of the reef over long periods of time to create models that can tell us what the planet is doing. If we go deaf to what the Earth is telling us, then we'll never be able to live in harmony. If I can get my students excited about protecting the ocean, then they're the ones who are gonna really make the difference. I hope my students realize that I'm not trying to prepare them for something in the distant future. Their time is now at Arizona State University.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
Finally tonight, a physician's assistant from Seattle completed a feat worthy of anyone's bucket list this week.
And Noah, she simply wanted to follow in her mother's footsteps. Bailey D'Antonio reached the high point of all 50 states, 30 years after her mother did the same. She compares the planning process to her routine during a spinal surgery. Relying on routines and a collective effort from her team, D'Antonio is now shifting her focus to running a marathon in all 50 states. That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Nico Lihaki.
And I'm Noah Podolsky. Thank you for joining us. And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.